So what I was making pretty good money, man. I'm making maybe at the time.
I'm a very creative type of person. So doing something almost robotic where you do the same thing every single day, it was driving me nuts.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, when you're unhappy in the work that you do, it eventually bleeds into your personal life,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like you can only hold on to that for so long. So in that quest, I remember, my husband and I got into an argument and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what our parents warned us about, that we were going to have hard time financially and that, getting married young is not a good idea. All the fears that I had about doing this was just showing up in my face. And at that moment, I realized I have two choices. It's either I leave this marriage or I make it work. And I was not just someone that, would just give up on a person, especially a marriage. You're committed to this marriage, right? And so we made it work and we spoke about it, found out the root of why we were frustrated, we were angry, we were sad about the life that we were living. And we started talking about our vision, what we really hoped for when we got married, what our dreams were. We started to rekindle the dreams that we had as individuals and now combining them as a married couple and figuring out together, okay, how can we make that happen? Because our marriage doesn't have to be the end of our dreams, right? And so from then on, fast forward a year later from that conversation, we ended up leaving our warehouse job and I started just diving deep into how to get out of debt. So we left that job with no debt, eventually got into more debt because I didn't have a job waiting for me when I quit that job. But hey, you're young, we didn't have kids, and you're a little bit more bold and crazy. So we took that leap and my husband eventually got into insurance. He started earning commission. He was really good at it, excelled so quickly in his career in the insurance industry. And here I was, really trying to understand the root of our finances. And I researched how in the world do I get out of debt? And, back in the day, blogs were so popular. And I found this Canadian who was talking about how to get out of debt, started following him, and he started talking about online, earning money online. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this a scam? It wasn't very popular back then.
No, it wasn't.
No. So I remember he was selling this course for $30 on how to publish books on Amazon because that's how he was earning money online. And I said, okay, $30 back then was like, oh my God, that's like a lot of money for me, especially when you're in debt and you don't have income coming in, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Look, this is how I shifted my perspective. When I go and eat, let's say at even a fast food restaurant, I easily spend $30. So I just considered it money gone. I'm going to invest in this. And if it's fake, if I get scammed, whatever, lesson learned. So I invested in that course. I think it was like $36 or whatever. Actually followed it to the T. And then I started earning like $2, $5 on Amazon Kindle. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is for real. And that was basically the start of my journey into, diving deep into how can I make this an ongoing income earner for me? How can I actually earn money? How can I do what he's doing? Being a coach and just improving yourself and helping others along the way. So that's my story of how I got started in this whole online gig.
Oh man, that's a good story. The thing about marriage is there's no blue.
Yeah, baby.
Yo, It's official, like a referee with a whistle. Yep. Back at you with another episode. And we're going to do like we always do, man. We're going to talk that talk. And we're going to go out and make it happen. You know? And what the hell? Yeah, this topic is brought to you by long time subscriber. He was following me when I had 500 subscribers. This is like, damn, 2015. That was a long time ago, you know. And yeah. I think a lot of us can relate to this topic that I'm about to talk about at some point, especially if you were raised in North America. You can relate with being nice and being too open-minded. What the hell is this crazy bitch? I said to your mom. Let's see. Fuck that shit, man. I don't know what the fuck that bitch doing. You know. Oh well. You know. But yeah, I think every guy can relate to being nice at some point in his life, especially if you were raised in North America. And at some point, you are too nice to somebody. And you didn't have to be. They didn't really deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you what, when I went overseas, when I went in the Navy, first place I went to was Japan. You know, you probably more than likely you know that if you've been following me for a while. First place I went was Japan. And I realized that a lot of these other guys are not so nice and not too open-minded either. That's the two things I learned when I was overseas. And I learned this real quick. Because, you know, I used to work with people from all over the world, basically. And I think I got caught off guard when I went overseas, to be honest, man. Because, you know, if you work with somebody every day, 5 days a week, same shift, same workspace, you see them all the time. So you build a working relationship, and you might even build a personal relationship. But at that time, I didn't really know the difference. I wasn't really thinking like that. You know what I mean? And what happened is, when we pulled in port, it doesn't matter what country it was either. These same people that I work with, when I saw them out in the streets, they didn't acknowledge me. They acted like I was invisible. Like, no shit. For real. When I was out, the same people I worked with 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. And I was on an aircraft carrier. When I saw them out in them streets, in the club, wherever, hotel, they acted like I was invisible, yo. And that's when I got a wake-up call. Because that never happened to me before. Not where I came from. I'm from South Carolina. I came from Southern hospitality. You know? And I was like, God damn. That's some weirdo shit, man. That's what I was thinking at the time. You know? And you got some people, you know, that's just socially awkward. But back then, I didn't really understand all that. You know, I thought everybody were kind of like me. But I was wrong. You know? I'm talking like from my supervisors, people that's ranked high, and even the ones that's ranked below me. When I saw them off the ship, that didn't say a goddamn thing to me. It was like I was invisible. Like, I mean, think about this. I can't do this. Maybe you can. Motherfuckers will see you, look you in your eye, and don't say shit. I can't do that. I just won't look at you at all if I know I ain't gonna speak. You know? So, see, I learned that these other guys, they're not very open-minded like that. And see, us as black men, we have a reputation for being some of the nicest guys on the planet. That's our reputation. Everybody knows this. This is not like a secret. It's not like breaking news here. This is every woman knows this at this point. Every woman knows this. This is why we're in high demand. Because they said, man, you get with the Black American. Oh my God. You have more freedom. They'll treat you nice, put you on a pedestal. You live good, etc. You know, they already know it. You can't hide that shit. I heard this back in the 90s. You know? And so it just is what it is. We're like a walking nice guy stereotype. We're like a walking nice guy stereotype. Every woman on the planet knows that we're nice, Black American men. Every woman knows it at this point. We can't hide that. That's our reputation. We're gonna have to take that one for the team. But see, other guys are not like that. And this is when I learned a valuable lesson a long time ago. It's good to be open-minded, but it's not, if you're too open-minded, that's the trap. Because if you're too open-minded, you might get exploited and used and abused by these other groups of people, groups of guys out here, men and women. That's the trap when it comes to being too open-minded. There's a balance. See, we're so damn creative. We don't even be sweating the shit. I mean, we can be, we might write a damn book in 60 to 90 days, write a page a day, 60 to 90 days, and we don't think nothing of it. And we might meet somebody along the way around the same time. And we'll teach this person how to write a book, or how to make some beats, or how to design some clothes, or how to it could be anything. We're so damn creative, we don't really give a shit. And then when the person steals the shit from you and that you teach them, you might have had good intentions. You show them how you did it, and they'll take the shit from you and go claim it as theirs. That's how it is. They'll take this, like let's take hip hop music, for example. A lot of people, we know who created all the music. We created all the fucking music. Everybody knows it. Everybody know it. These other people ain't created shit. Everybody knows who created all the music worldwide, right? Everybody knows this. This is not a big secret. This ain't no public service announcement. But we let other people in, show them how we do the music. They'll take the music, remix it, put a spin on it, and call it reggae, reggaeton, whatever, right? And they'll claim it, oh, it's mine now. The person will be getting interviewed, hey, how did you learn all this? Oh, I learned it in my village, or some shit like that. No. You know? And see, we don't think nothing of it. And what happens is all that help you gave to that person or that group, and down the line, they'll shit on you, won't give you no credit for anything. But we'll move on like, oh, no big deal. I'll just create some new shit. You know, that's how these other guys are. We're not like that. We're not like that. We let anybody in. Fat, black, white, it don't matter what country you're from. They're not like that. They don't reciprocate. They don't operate like that. That's the problem with being too open-minded. You're too welcoming. We let anybody in. Gay, straight, it don't matter. And I'm telling you, these other guys are not like that. Even some women are not like that. No. They're not like that. We're the only people on the planet that's easygoing like that. And that's a gift and a curse. And you get exploited if you're too nice or too welcoming. We let anybody come over to the house. We barely know this motherfucker. And you letting this damn rotten bitch come over to your house to meet your wife? Come on, man. Every person has made that mistake at least once. Every person has let somebody come in their house and they end up being not what you thought. Because that's how we are. We're good-hearted people by nature. I'm telling you, these other people are not like that. It's going to be some damn you got to show and prove before you come to their house. It's going to be, you might not know where they live at until a year or two. F that. That's how it is. We're too easygoing. We're too nice. You know, if you're at the job, the same shit happened at the job. A new person will start working. You see him doing something, you know he's doing it wrong, but you'll be like, hey, buddy, let me show you how to do this thing. You help him out, do whatever. Couple months go by, he'll shit on you. The same guy you helped out the first month, he shits on you 6 months later. But we were like, oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We shake it off. No big deal to us. We keep it moving. And then eventually you might get fired by the same guy. He's telling on you, the new guy or the new gal. Every black person has had that experience on the job. Now, these other people, I done had a lot of jobs. These other people are not, they usually don't help you out on the job. You might get lucky, but I can't tell you the last job I had and someone volunteered to help me out. Now, if the supervisor tells them to show me how to do something is one thing. But can't remember the last time I worked any job and somebody else volunteered to show me how to do something. I don't remember. I can't remember. That's how long it's been. You know? And you got your cousins and your family too now. They'll take advantage of your ass too. Especially if they think you're doing better than them. They'll take advantage of you too. But they go about it different. They'll finesse you because see they know you. So you give them a pass though. You be like, come on, man. You know, your cousin might come over or he might call you. Hey, bro, I need to use I need some money. Yeah, that's a good one. I need some money. How much you need? 200, 100, whatever, right? You be like, all right, cool. Come get it. He comes over, immediately comes over, right? I'm like, hey, when I'm gonna get it back? When I get paid. All right, cool, bet. You ain't heard from that motherfucker since. Right? Now, when it was time for him to come get the money, oh, he came over immediately. Now, when it's time to pay out, oh, he's so busy. He got a lot of shit going on and on this bunch of excuses and excuses, you know? Or it could be you let him borrow your computer for 2 weeks. 2 weeks turn into 2 months. I'm like, bro, you know, I do need the computer back. You know, I never said I didn't need the computer. If I didn't need the computer, I wouldn't have bought it. You know what I'm saying? But he's stringing the shit as long as he can. You know why? Because in his mind, he's like, well, hey, he all right, he don't need it. I need it more than he does because see, in his mind, he has an entitlement mentality. He feels like a lot of times, secretly, your relatives are jealous of you. So that's why they keep the computer or don't want to pay the money back. Like, because they feel like, well, shit, he don't need it that bad. Hell, you know, I'm out here struggling, you know. And sometimes, check this out. Sometimes it's not like they can't pay it back. They just don't want to pay it back because it's like, well, shit, I just go string them along as long as I can. But I mean, like, hey, you came over here real quick when you wanted the money or the computer, but now I got to call you and run you down. I'm not doing all that shit. So this is why I don't lend anybody money. Because if I have to lend you money, I'll just take it as I'll take it as an L if I have to lend you some money. Even though you might pay me back. But when the money leaves my hand or leaves my bank account, I assume that I'm not going to get the money back no time soon. I could be wrong, but that's what I assume, which is the main reason why I don't lend people money. You know? Because if somebody have to borrow money from you, I mean, you really don't know. Sometimes they don't even know if when they're going to give you the money back. They might think they're going to give it back at a certain time, but something usually happens, you know? And I know because I used to be there, but I didn't borrow money from nobody though. I always made a way on my own for the most part. But if I did have to borrow money, I always paid people back. But you have people that they'll take advantage of your kindness if you let them. You know, so you got to be careful. You can't be too damn nice to people, especially if you known them for a while, or they're your friends or your family. You know, and see some of these other guys, you might, and this is common too. You might look out for them. You might been there, done that for them when they was in a bind or having hard times or whatever. You might have volunteered. You're like, yo, man, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right? Let me tell you something. If you have some hard times, and if you call one of them son of the bitches up, they're going to be like, hey, I'll get back to you, bro. And you're never going to hear from them again unless you call them. That's usually how it go. That's usually how it go. You know, these other guys don't reciprocate like that. You know, they usually stick to themselves, stick amongst themselves. You know, now I learned this shit when I was overseas, when I was in Japan, when I was traveling all over the world and working with a lot of different people. Now, these other guys are not open-minded like that. No. Now, the only exception would be if it's a woman. And the only reason a woman would look out for you or be there for you is if y'all have a good relationship. You know, if y'all have a strong connection or a bond or something like that. But these other guys, they're not really fucking with us like that. They're not. I know you work with Pedro, Jose. You think y'all cool as hell. You work with Andy and Danny. No, it ain't cool with you like that, buddy. Shit. And check this out. I was talking to this girl I'd known for a while, a long time ago. She just started a new podcast, a brand new podcast, right? And I don't even know what it's about. I didn't even ask what it's about. But anyways, she's looking for to bring on guests, right? So I think she brought on somebody, and like when you bring on a guest, I try to build some rapport with the person before I hit the record button, right? And she said she does the same thing, right? But she said after the recording was over, the person was like, she said it seemed like the person was trying to hurry up to get offline. And I said, oh yeah, that shit happened to me before. Yeah. That shit happened to me like twice. Out of what? I don't how many people I had on? Probably how many people I had on? Probably 30 something people I've interviewed. 30, 40 people I interviewed over the past 2 years. I would say about 40 people. At least 40 people. I'm gonna say 40. No, not 40. I'm gonna say at least 30. I don't think I'm at 40 yet. But yeah, I've had two people when we were done recording, they was like, I appreciate it. And they got the fuck up off there. And then there's some of them, once the recording was done, I've heard nothing from them ever again. Yeah. So I was telling her, I said, look, some people are not open-minded socially. They're not used to being around. They probably not used to being around black people like that. And some people are socially awkward. So some people just, if they come on your show, whether they reach out to you first or you reach out to them. Now this is something that I told her. I said, if somebody reach out to you first to come on your podcast, you don't know why they want to come on your podcast. You really don't know. Some people want to get on as much podcasts as they can within 1 year because it's a numbers game for them, right? And that's okay, right? However, if you reach out to somebody else to have them come on your podcast, oh, that's a different story there. Because the person that you're reaching out to have to sit down there and kind of see what you all about, how many downloads you got, how many episodes you got, whatever numbers they can find, basically. What your topics of your show is mainly about. So they have to sit there and think about, basically, they're trying to find a way to justify why they should come on your show. That's what happens when you reach out to them. That's usually what happens. And that's okay too. You can't get them all. You can't have them all. And I don't know why you would try to have them all anyway. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I told her. That's okay. Everybody's not for everybody. You have to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? You have to get past that. Get past the trying to pander and cater and be nice to people. The hell with all that.
No.
Hey, you don't have to be nice to people all the time. Well, what for? You don't have to go out of your way to be nice to anybody. You can be cordial. You don't have to be mean. But, like, what for? I mean, you don't know these people. That's what I told her. Some of these people, when you're done with the recording, you're never going to hear and see them ever again. And that's okay. You're not doing this to make friends. Now, it could happen. You might meet a handful of people, 4 or 5 people, and y'all might become friends one day or work together one day in another capacity. That's okay. But you don't got to kiss nobody's ass. And most of these people, you're not paying them to come on. You can if you want to. Some people do pay people to come on their podcast or their show. And that's okay too. But most of the time, people are not paying people to have them come on. So you get what you pay for. you know. And so that's what I learned, man. It's like it doesn't really it doesn't really pay to be too nice. Just be cordial and don't be too open-minded. Don't be so welcome. Like, hey, come on in, man. Come to the house, man. You know what I'm saying? You live right down the street. You and your woman can come over. No, fuck that. No. I don't invite anybody over to my house. No. I can't remember the last time I invited someone over to my house was like 8 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago. I don't be doing that shit. I have to really know you for you to come over to where I live. Yeah, I don't be inviting people that I just met. No, because see, if I invite you over to my house, you're gonna know everything about me. Yep, that's how that works. You're gonna come in here and see all my books behind me. And be like, oh, okay, you one of them type of cats. Okay, yeah. And they're gonna be like, oh, look at your computers and your boards and mics and shit. Yep. And your game machine over here. Yep. They're gonna know everything about me. And I don't want them to know everything about me. Especially if I don't know you that well. So hey man, don't be don't get on that nice guy tip. You gotta take the cape off and fall back sometimes. So what up, Mike? So why have our women been dogging us out so bad? Oh, that's an easy answer, Mike. I'm gonna answer that in a second. That's a long. They do not look out for you after you looked out for them. Nope. No, let me tell you the problem with most black women. And I mentioned this in previous videos. I haven't said it in a while. The problem with most black women is they want to be like white women. That's the problem with most black women. They want white woman's position in society. And we can't give them that position in society because we're not in a position to put black women in that position. That's why most black women are upset. That's what that's really about. That's built up frustration. That's all that is. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Until we're so nice, we're not ready to kick some ass, to take our position back. we're We're too nice. We ain't ready for that. We love everybody, but they don't love us back. We love everybody. We love white women, black women, Asian women, Latin women. We love all the women. These other guys are not like that. These other guys are not like that. Oh, they'll fuck you. Some of them will fuck you. But they don't love all women like we do. No. No, sir. It don't work like that. But they don't act like white women. Some of them do, Mike. Some of them do act like white women. Go to California, New York, Atlanta. Some of them do act like white women. Yeah, some of them do act like white women. They got that white woman demeanor. And they got extensions, straight hair. Straight hair that's not really our thing. You know, unless, I don't know, that's not straight hair. It's not, yeah, there's some black women, they can straighten their hair out if they want to, but naturally, most black women hair is not straight. It's kind of curly. Naturally, you know. That's where all the butt inject. I don't know what's up with the butt injections. I don't know what's up with that. You know, I don't know what. I don't know. Hydrogel. I don't understand that shit. You know, there's some shit that some women do. I can't make sense of this shit. So I don't even try. I don't even think about it long enough. You know. Yeah, there's some, you know, and there's some, that's where all the dyeing the hair comes from, and, you know, different hairstyles, the white demeanor, you know, that's where a lot of that comes from. And well, you got the sorority sisters, AKAs, you know, and you got the buffer class, you know, that's, yeah, you know, they take on the mindset. And then you have a lot of these corporate women, corporate black women, they take on the mindset of a white man. The majority of them. In my family, women are straight or this interesting thing. What do you mean? I don't understand. If you go to California, boy, you see a lot. It's a lot of black people with white demeanors. Yeah, a lot of them. I met a lot of them when I was in LA and San Diego. Yeah, especially LA. Oh yeah. You'd be like, where are you from? Not only black women, it's other women too with a white demeanor. You might have a Korean woman, Japanese woman, a Vietnamese woman. I'd be like, where are you from? You'd be like, oh, I'm from Vietnam. You don't sound like the voice tone sound like a white woman. I'm like, what the hell? What's kind of weirdo shit going on over here? You know, California is that's like a lot of weird shit going on over there, man. I mean, what about here? I don't understand, Mike. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna put the link in here. You know. Yeah, California, there's an old saying goes, California is kind of like an experiment. I always look at California like an experiment. And the old saying goes on California, if you want to lose your mind, go to California. shit happening in California that don't happen anywhere else in America. California, LA, mainly LA. LA, San Francisco, shit, even San Diego. But LA and San Francisco, shit. Them some weirdo motherfuckers, man. Weirdo shit, bro. Atlanta too. Atlanta's like that too. But not like California, boy. You be like, what the hell? What happened to you? One of your homeboys might go to LA or San Francisco and he'll get turned out, boy. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, man?
What up?
Oh, no, no. Now, what were you saying? I was talking about the hair part.
Oh,
Earlier.
yeah, I didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, that was it. They got this curly. They got the. It's long or it's curly. They don't do that.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like me, I'm grown bald, but I had curly hair. It was just always curly. It's
Yeah, me
weird,
too.
and I wanted. It, other black people think it's nappy. I'm like, I love it, right? I'd love to get cornrows. I'd love to get dreads. I can't wear that. My hair is. It was not built for it. I tried. I really tried.
Yeah, I used to have braids. It didn't last long because my hair was too soft. That's the problem.
Yeah,
You know?
way too soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get my hair braided every week. Yeah.
That is not good.
Nah, it wasn't, man. It was it's high maintenance, man. Basically.
Maintenance, and then you gotta take care of somebody else. Nah.
Yeah, and then I had to, I had a hard time getting women to braid my hair because at the time I was going from South Carolina to Florida.
Mm.
I was doing that for the first 2 years once I got out the Navy.
I couldn't get anybody even attempt it sometimes. And then finally I pulled over. This girl was doing hair outside her house. It's like, look, I, I said,
Well,
can you do my hair like that?
well, the problem is, another problem I ran into, a lot of these girls had boyfriends.
Yeah.
And then the dudes be tripping. They be getting jealous. I'm like, yo, bro, I just want to get my hair done, bro. I'm paying her, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing going on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the main problem I had.
Right.
So I got tired of it. I said, man, I just forget the braids, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like a bitch, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving around here, my hair looking all crazy, and a rubber tied back in a rubber band, like I'm iced tea or something like that. And I had a perm too.
Right.
I'm like, yo, this is way too much.
I couldn't do the Jerry curl thing either. As curly as my hair was, I couldn't do that either.
I tried the Jerry curls. That didn't work out for me. That wasn't me. No. That's high maintenance. Way high maintenance.
My mother, I didn't want to get it. My mother took us to get it done, with my aunt. And I exactly know where the house is, the apartment is. It's right around the corner from here. I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't even in there 24 hours. I don't know if it was in there for an hour. I don't even think it was for an hour. Just,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Mike, you can talk about how a lot of these other guys are not open-minded like we are, bro. They're not so welcoming. We let anybody in.
Yeah, they are and they aren't, but it all depends on how you approach them.
Yeah.
And what you're doing and what you're saying. If it doesn't seem like you're being genuine, You're trying to get something from them. That's where the problem starts. They already see you coming,
Yeah.
and you don't know anything about their culture. That throws them too. You got to remember you need to be in tune with their culture. Like sometimes, like one of the things I would mess up with, which I know you were getting along with because you're from the South. It always works out for you guys down there. You're quiet. You're real quiet and you observe.
Yeah.
Whereas up here, to survive, you got to be talking. Whereas down there, you gotta be careful. You gotta watch what you're saying. And that sometimes I forget that. And
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah, it's like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
But Northerners forget that or don't know. They're not
Yeah.
even thinking of that. It's like say for instance, they're coming from New York. They think you're talking to one that was in New York. Like say for instance, an Asian person. You think you're talking to somebody from Chinatown. And even then, they might not necessarily talk to you like that or be fully truthful to you like that. America's like this because you have to, and there's some people I have to explain it to that are foreigners. The way we talk here is a self-defense mechanism. You
Yeah.
can't get around without talking to people. So you're like, well, there's no such thing as idle chit chat over here in these countries. I'm like, that's great. But let me ask you a question. If something else is cool out around the corner, I could find a better deal. Isn't it better for me to ask you a question now?
Yeah.
Before I get to the end of this line, say for instance, to buy this, you don't know whether there's coconut in it or milk or whatever is in there. If you ask in the line, you might find out because somebody else might have got it. But without that chit chat, that's what they miss.
Yeah.
So it's all those little different segments. And then it's also another thing, being useful. You gotta
Yeah.
be useful. If
Yeah.
you're not useful, forget it. But then again, it's the same thing here. But
Well,
once
see,
again,
that's
it's
another thing.
genuine usefulness.
That's
Yeah.
another thing. See, we're not necessarily like that.
Mm.
You know, that's we can just like you,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Mm.
You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? These other people are not like that. Nah, not now. It could build up to that,
Right. Right.
but initially, no, it's probably not going to happen like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of worse here, and it all depends on who you are, too.
Yeah.
Because and how do I put this? There's no other way to put it. If you're a black person and you don't talk like a certain other black person, you're not gonna get it. It's not. No. No. You might as well go talk to somebody of a different race because it's going to be just the same way. They won't trust you.
Well, you have to do what some people
Hmm.
call code switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to do
But
that.
but see, here's the thing. What if you want to be yourself?
You can still be yourself. I'm myself. I mean,
Talk,
I'm myself regardless.
like,
I give you
what
an
do you mean?
example.
Wait. Go ahead. Tell me what you think is code switching.
You speak
I
their
see that
language.
smile. See, I like that smile. You always got that smile. You always got that smile. It's like
I
even though
speak.
we're the same age, I'm like I want my son to look at me like that. Oh,
I speak their language. Like I give you an example. If let's say I'm in the hood, right? I speak their language, hood
yep.
language.
Yep.
You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
or if I'm in I don't know, if I'm at an event, I speak the event
Hmm.
language. If I'm
Hmm.
in, if I'm back home, I speak back
Hmm.
home language.
Hmm.
Back home language, we talk like this. What you doing down there, boy? What the hell going
Hmm.
on? You
Hmm.
know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
good.
Yeah,
That's good. That's
that's
good.
our language back home.
But then here's the thing: if you talk to somebody else the way that they talk, talking to them, doesn't that sound kind of disrespectful?
Yeah.
Especially if you don't sound anything like them, or the
No.
way you sound doing it doesn't sound anything like that.
Well, it can
Because
be depending on the person.
some people can catch it as being offensive,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll for me now, I have this general way I talk right now is just me being relaxed and being able to, how do I put it? You know, this whole correctness thing that I could talk. It would. I don't even talk that way anymore because my brain just can't handle it. Oh, I'm getting old enough where words are
Well,
starting to lose their
well,
meaning. I can't even remember
well,
words that I used to use.
well. Check this out, Mike. If you go on the job and talk the way you usually talk, they probably won't understand what you're saying.
Nope. They wouldn't even, they wouldn't even promote me.
Exactly.
If I don't speak like they think black people are supposed to speak, they won't even listen to me.
Exactly.
I'd literally have to write it down, hand it to another black person, and then they'll co-sign for it.
Yeah. Now, check this out. That's a problem that we have.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only person that group of people that really have to do that. Really. I mean, the other groups of people, they volunteer to do
Mm.
that shit if they want to.
Mm.
They don't really
Yeah.
have to work around other people. I mean,
Mm.
like I give you example. Somebody that come from Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
they're working around mostly Mexicans.
Right.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
if they want to venture out, okay, go
Mm.
ahead. That's on
Right.
you.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody that comes from Colombia, work
Mm-hmm.
around Colombians. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I can go on. Somebody Japanese working around Japanese, Chinese always around Chinese, and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
For the most
there's
part,
something
that's true.
there's something that it became a revelation to me like recently, and I'm just like, oh shit, this is what's been happening. There's two different things that's been happening. One is that, and they proved it. I knew that was happening. The AI, they've been using AI for a while for screening jobs, and they've been dumping us.
Yeah,
So they've been dumping black people. In fact, that's what's happening with
they were what?
YouTube and all that. With YouTube,
Oh yeah,
they've been dumping us
yeah,
because it ain't even because what we said. It's just simply skin tone. That's
yeah.
it. And they don't have an answer for that. They can't answer it or won't answer it, even though they know that's the problem. They actually know it's the problem. There's a news segment on it. They know it's a problem. They've stated that's their problem. So
I
it's
don't
like,
really think.
why are you lying and acting like you don't do that?
I don't really think they care.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
they
really.
don't.
They can't really.
So I mean, who have they promoted that's black? Maybe Marquise Brownlee. That's about it.
Who?
That's all I've seen. Marquise Brownlee,
Who's there?
the one that looks up tech stuff. That talks about tech stuff. I think he went to the White House when Obama was there. But it's been a while since
Oh,
I've
I
seen
don't
him.
know.
I think I saw something of him lately. Um,
Most black people that get promoted are foreigners. If it's a
that's that
big
too.
corporate company, White House,
It's like we don't exist.
a lot of them, you sometimes we think they're from here, but if you
Mm.
really dig into their background, you be like, oh, he got immigrant parents.
Mm. Now you're gonna
You
have to
know,
me
Colin
checking
Powell
stuff out.
was a good example of that.
Yep.
You know,
It's like you can't. That's another thing. When we leave this country, apparently all of a sudden we're hard workers. And it don't matter what country we're in. They're like, dang, you
well,
work hard.
people,
It's like
people,
here we're supposed to be bad workers. We ain't doing what we're supposed to do. Over there,
because
we're working too much.
because over here it's a lie. Everything's a
Mm,
lie over here
mhm.
about us. I mean, you can name anything. 9 times out of 10, it's a lie over here
Yeah,
when it
yep.
comes to us.
Well,
Other people overseas, they know they might have they might hear things. They hear things,
hmm
so they kind of be like, look, they know what we go through over here. It's not like a secret
yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. So they'll meet us. They'll be like, oh, he's not really like that. He worked hard. I ain't had no problem since he came over here. You know, men and women.
Well, the further distance you are away, it gets, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Like, say for instance, you try to go over in Asia, they're like, what? That existed? That happened? There's some are still grappling with
Well, those
uh,
women, a lot of those women have friends
mhm,
that got
that
married to
right,
some American type guy, like at some point. So
right.
they hear things or might see them. So they be like, "Oh, it's not really. They're not really that bad." I don't know what's going on over there, but from what I see over here, she got a good man. You know, that's usually how that go.
Let me ask you a question now. What percentage of our community, say any community you've seen, where somebody's a baby daddy in our
Not many.
generation? That's what I mean. In our
Most,
generation, let's just say,
most
is
guys
it
I
eight?
know in
Is it
our age
eighty
bracket,
percent? Is it 80% you think in the African male community, or is it
that have
like,
kids,
yeah?
most guys, no, most guys I know don't have kids. They might be
So
married.
so here's the question, and I'm not putting them down and saying this, but why would, and this is when you find out that they're being misinformed, and why I said, why are why are black women putting us down? They're saying that we're mistreating our women over here.
That's a
Asian
lie.
women are saying Asian women are saying that here, and they
Yeah.
have all these children. And they're not taking care of them. I'm like, you're working in a social because you're working in a social thing, and I'm like, lady,
Those are all
you're
lies.
you're work you're working with black women, yeah. And they say you're leaving your children and all this other stuff. I'm like, most of us don't have kids.
Bro,
What
we
are you
pay the
talking about?
most. Black males pay the most child support, bro.
Yeah, but
These other
most of
dudes,
us, most of us don't have children.
no.
So
And how
what
can we
what
pay the
is she
most?
talking about?
Yeah, most of these dudes, bro, they not paying no child support like that.
Not doing it. So they're not gonna do it anyway.
No.
They're not trying to get somebody pregnant.
And another thing that happens when if some of these other guys
Mm-hmm.
get a woman pregnant, black woman, even if it's in his culture, and if he don't like the woman,
Mm-hmm.
fuck that kid and fuck that woman. That happens a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody talks about that. That happens a lot, boy. That's why you have a lot of black women that have kids, and you be like, "Where the hell it come from? It didn't come from us. Shit, it come from these other dudes that don't really like them like that, and the kids got to suffer." You know,
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know where all this is coming from, and it's
it
been
comes
years.
the same. It comes from the same thing I said earlier because they want to be like white women. That's what it
But
all comes
then,
down to.
but then, why be around us? Why be with us?
Better than nothing.
But you're isolating a segment of them. But you're saying you want them to stay within your community.
But I'd rather have something than nothing because I
Yeah, but you
can't.
don't.
I
But you don't
can't
want
get.
this something. So,
Well,
so
they
let me
can't.
put it. Let me put it this way: you are leaving a segment out of it, and you're holding them hostage
Yeah.
while you go do your own thing. And then when you come back, you're like a cat chasing a mouse into a corner. You don't even have to chase them in the corner; they're already there.
Well, they can't get the guys they want. Most of these
So,
women.
so then you're looking for the mouse.
Yeah.
You can't catch the rat, so you're looking for the mouse.
Yeah.
And
So
so,
it's on
so
the hamster wheel.
yeah. So well, then why even bother if all you're going to do is chase after the rat forever?
It don't make no
You're
sense.
gonna you're gonna pick up the cheese he leaves behind. you,
That's how it
you
is.
know, you
I think
no.
it's. I think that's more. I think that's when the mental illness kicks in. When you're not interested in uh, a man, but at the same time, you don't want to let him go. I think that's when the mental illness kicks in. That way of thinking. That's not normal.
I mean, I can kind of understand what's going on if it was mental illness in the African American community. You can't be well when you're a caged lion and somebody keeps beating it with a stick.
Yeah.
And sometimes they beat you with a stick. And you look down 3 cages down and somebody's getting shot up. Or another one, they're shooting up a shot a lion, or 2 lions down are killing each other. Ain't
Yeah.
even 2 lions, 10 down.
It's kind of like I know some guys that used to be married
Mm-hmm.
and got a divorce,
Yep.
even though the wife didn't want a divorce. Not
Mm-hmm.
because um not because she didn't want to get a divorce, but at the same time she didn't want to let him go because she didn't have the confidence that she could go out and get another man. So she'd rather have something than nothing. I know guys that's been like that got divorced, that had a situation like that. And that doesn't make any sense. Don't make no
No, it
sense.
doesn't. Mm-mm.
But I know people that's like that. I'm like, what? They don't want to be with the guy. But at the
Right.
same time, they don't want him. They want
To
to
be
keep
with
him.
anybody else.
Yeah, they want to keep him caged in like an animal, but they don't want to see him with nobody else.
But they're not dating these other guys.
No.
And they think they're beneath them.
Yep.
So if you think they're beneath you and you aren't going to date them, then leave them alone.
Exactly.
Let them do their own thing.
Don't make no sense. You know?
So then why are they getting mad at guys going to do their own thing?
And then you have some women feel like the guy is their property.
You mean are women our property? Does that sound like you're
No.
calling us a slave?
No. We don't own women. No.
We're own property.
Well, they act like we're their property.
So isn't
That's
that
how they
slavery?
act.
I mean,
Huh?
that sounds like slavery. It sounds like they're buying and selling
Yeah.
us.
They act like we're in the military again.
Military,
Like we're
that's a
government property.
plantation.
Like we're
That's
government property.
that's plantation talk right there.
Yeah. You know?
And I don't know.
Yeah, that's how a lot of these women feel, bro. That's why I don't pay them any attention. I just do what I want to do regardless. Now, I understand some people will say they're spreading propaganda, and that's true. It does.
Yeah,
It can take off because people, if they keep hearing it, people will start to believe it after a while. That does
yeah, but
happen.
it's been 40 years. There's movies, there's books,
Yeah.
there's TikToks and YouTubes, and people
But
make what three or four videos about what they don't like
it
women
was
doing,
well, it was
and then
Oprah.
you're a demon.
Well, it was Oprah was first. She was the big one, the big Kahuna.
I don't know if she was first, but she's one of them.
No,
Definitely
Oprah
one
was
of them.
first. Yeah. Now there were people before her, but he came in with that boom, that
It's kind of
punch.
funny. It's kind of funny in all these conversations. She never says anything. Never.
No, she's
Hollywood doesn't say anything.
quiet now.
Yeah, all of them are quiet. All of them are quiet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna ask you. I know you were close. I know you were close to what's his name down there.
Who?
Tell me what he thinks now that everybody's talking about his movies.
Who?
What is his name? Tyler Perry. Is everybody's getting down on his right
Uh,
now?
you know what?
He don't
When
care.
I was in Atlanta,
He don't care.
People didn't really talk about Tyler Perry much.
Hmm.
They didn't really have anything bad to say.
Right.
No, nothing bad to say. I never been on the I never been on his property. No,
Oh wow.
I never been. No, that his property is way out.
Hmm.
The old Air Force base. I think it's off I-20.
Right.
So that's why it's kind of way going towards Six Flags, towards Alabama.
Hmm.
That's kind of from where I lived at. That's kind of out the way.
Yeah,
That's
that
why I
sounds
never
very
been
out
out.
the way.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. Nah.
but now they didn't. The people don't say anything bad about Tyler Perry. Now, I mean, he do.
Listen,
He
it's the
give a lot.
movies.
I don't like that Medea shit. I got to keep it a buck.
Yeah, but some normal guys look like that, like they're trying to do something evil. I'm just like, what the
Now,
hell?
I understand the character is supposed to be like Big Mama. I understand,
Yeah,
but I'm not a fan of the costume. I'm not a fan of that, none of that shit. You know.
right.
But he give a lot of people jobs. I got to give him credit. I got
Yeah,
to give him credit when it comes to that. Now, you know, I might not like. I don't like all the movies. I seen some of the movies. I said, okay, this is cool. I can get with this.
look, I'm saying they're funny, but
I don't
if you
necessarily
don't look,
think it's
if you don't look like a model, if you don't look like this, supposedly you're buffoonery and you're not to be taken seriously. That's what I'm talking about in these movies.
oh
That's
yeah,
getting irritating. And
yeah.
if he wants to be make a movie that involves us that's doing positive, because that's getting out of hand. That's part
Well,
of the
I think
problem.
the last two movies, 2 or 3 movies, he
Did
kind of got away from the buffoonery. But
because
check this out. Those 3 movies didn't do much.
right, right.
The people that like the buffoonery, they don't like them last. They don't like the movies that's clean.
But they want, but they locked it. If it was a toxic movie about some drama crap,
Yeah,
they'd want to
they
watch
like
it.
that. They throwing the baby out the window, some crazy shit.
Are you serious?
I mean, it be full of drama in the movies, man. You know?
That's like what what's his name was talking about. Bill Burr was talking about the WNBA. That they
What
women were watching the Kardashians. They can name all of them, but they can't name one basketball player on the WNBA. And they ain't watched
yeah.
no WNBA, and they ain't watched no WNBA games.
No, I mean,
Aren't you support? You supported the Kardashians. Why don't you support WNBA? You should know their schedules. Record it. Watch it. Go
that's
to a
the
game.
problem. That's the problem with it. The women. That's the problem with women basketball. People they don't get the support. That's what it is.
No, no.
You know?
But where are these women to watch the game?
I know, right? How come women don't watch them?
I don't know. It's more than enough now these days that used
Yeah.
to play sports or play some kind of sports.
I mean,
So it's not like they ain't. They
me
watch the
personally,
Lakers.
I ain't watch. I mean, I don't watch basketball at all now. But
Mm,
I used to watch women playing basketball when I was in high
mm,
school. You know, in
mm.
college, it's
Yeah,
cool. You know,
yeah.
but
And I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm
no,
just like,
they be balling.
yeah, but I'm still like, why aren't you supporting?
The women, the women don't. They're not into basketball like that. As far as an audience, they never have. Not really.
I'd be like,
Not like guys
hmm,
are.
yeah, but that's the thing to me anyway. Like, say for instance, how do I put it? Rom-coms, if it's in our community, bashes. If rom-com in everybody else's community, jokes around for a minute, but everybody's positive at the end of it.
Yeah.
Somehow everybody's dirt that's a man, except for the guys she's with or the ones that or whatever. And everybody's trash. Everybody else is trash.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me. That's really what bothers me. Like, can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah. So a
But
lot of
but never
women
mind about
don't.
that.
They don't get the support. That's why a lot of women got to go overseas. You know, that's what that girl was going. That girl went to Russia. What's her name? That got caught with
Yeah,
that oil.
yeah.
That's what she was doing. She was going to play basketball. That didn't work out. But hey, that's how it is. Until the mindset of people change in North America, WNBA is not going to really. They're not going to have the support. You know.
I think it can. I think it can.
I
It
think
just
it'll get there, but it's going to take some time. I give it another 20 years. The way it's going.
to be honest, I think it could be less. And let me throw this in there too, which this won't happen. This will definitely not happen. Having mixed games.
Oh no, no
No,
no, that'll never work.
Uh, yo, go post up on her real quick.
No, that's a recipe for
Yeah,
a disaster.
let me guard you. Let me guard you. All the men gonna
The
be
reason why
wearing straps of this.
women are playing. They're playing football now. They got their football
Oh
league.
yeah, they've been had that. One of
I
my
mean,
my my cousin when he was alive, he was doing that. He was an assistant coach. For them.
okay,
It
yeah,
was not bad. Them,
yeah.
I will tell you what.
I
Them
actually,
chicks were beautiful.
I actually like it. To be honest.
Yeah, they worse. They're worse. They're more hardcore than men are. They will slam into another woman and wouldn't
Yeah,
think twice about it.
I said,
And
God, man, these some good looking girls.
yeah, 4 or 5 of them in the car. I swear, oh my God. You be thinking, oh, they're probably some battle axes and stuff like that. This girl was a lineman and she took that shit off. Oh my God. She
Yeah,
could have been a supermodel. I was like,
yeah,
for real?
yeah,
For real?
yeah. I think that will get more
Trash.
traction than the women's NBA. That's gonna move faster
Here or abroad?
here. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Now
it's been done
abroad,
for.
abroad, forget about it. Hell
Why
no.
not? Why not?
Them dudes don't look at women like that. Hell no. Them dudes in
Oh,
overseas, bro, they don't even pay attention to women like that. When a
you
woman
sure?
starts talking, bro, when a woman starts talking in most of these countries, these dudes tune them out. And what a guy at? Where your husband?
Okay. Like, say for instance, one of the things they'll watch is volley. I mean, yeah, volleyball. They'll watch women do volleyball.
I don't watch that. That's
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Women
But you don't
are
think they'll watch? You don't think they'll watch women banging it up on a football
no,
field? No.
no. It's gonna take longer overseas than over here. No, they no. These other guys are traditional, very traditional, and tribal, very
Mm,
traditional.
yeah. Yeah.
If you go on a vacation with a woman overseas, let's say you're
Yep.
out at the mall, shopping center, or whatever,
Hmm.
and your woman might ask the person in the store, "Hey, what's up with this and what's up with that?" Or you might be at the hotel and your woman might start talking before you. Most guys will be looking at you like,
What's wrong with you?
"Are you look? They're looking for you to say something." That happens a lot.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
it does. You're a
guys
Western.
like guys like talking to guys. They don't like having to deal with a woman overseas. That's common.
It's not. It's not. It's not just. I think one of the things is if you start talking out the side of your mouth. That's what. That's what.
Man, Poppy ain't taking no lip.
Ah,
Ah! Hey, look, them
wait a
dudes.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You
Look,
know these countries aren't like that, but you go over there and you pop off like you're at
well,
home, and you talk to your man like that out there,
a
like
lot of
you're at
these
home.
women over here, they know better not to go to these other countries talking like that. They
But
know better.
some of them do, and then
Some
expect
do,
something different.
but they don't go but so far with it. They don't go but so far with it. They
There's
know.
nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with being yourself, but I
No,
think that this is outlandish. This is uncontrolled. It's purely uncontrolled.
yeah, but bro, these dudes in the Middle East, Mexico, all the way down is whipping these
Mhm.
ass, bro. Bro, the cop just pulled up
What?
yesterday.
What?
I saw a dude whipping a woman's ass outside.
What? W-
Yeah,
A woman?
no, a guy whipping a
Oh
woman's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
ass.
yeah.
Ah! Them dudes is not playing around, bro. And see, they don't care about cops show up. They don't give a damn about that shit. No, don't give a damn about that shit. See, we do care because we know when the cops show up, we ain't gonna get the benefit of the doubt.
Mm.
Off top, we know it, and we know how this shit goes. It's gonna escalate when the cop come. I'm like, man, but them dudes don't care. They
Mhm.
don't care.
I'm just
You
standing here. Oh, he got a gun in his hand. What? Wait, my hands are
know?
open. Dang.
Now, if you're someplace, if you're a black dude from someplace like California, oh, they don't care. They don't care about no damn cops over there. No, them LA dudes, San Diego, and they don't give a damn
Mhm.
about no cops. Call the cop all day. Then when the cops show up, they'll start shooting at them before they get out the car. They don't call.
Oh
They
boy.
ain't scared of no cops over there. Yeah, that's why when the cop come in some place like LA, if the cops show up in your house, they mob deep, bro.
Damn.
If they show up,
If.
if they show up, in some parts of LA, cops don't go. Mm-mm. Yeah, LA, San Diego, very different than any place else in the country. Very different, bro. Different mentality out there. You know, they ask them a lot of them celebrities. They'll tell you. You catch them at the red light. They get embezzled money all the time, man. All the time, man. They bro, them executives is getting robbed in their house. You can't because you know on the west on the east coast, you know they a lot of people. You know they have gated communities and everything.
Yeah.
So you know
Or if you.
it's kind of hard to get close to a lot of these people.
Yeah.
But on the west coast, they don't care nothing about no gate.
Well, up here it's kind of old money, and even if you have new money, you can find. Let's just put it this way: your property is way off. It can be. You can tell who's got how much money. If you can see their property, their house, or any part of whatever, it's not covered in trees. You you're not making enough money. So you see somebody with a big square house and they're sitting on a hill, and somebody else has got a house on another hill nearby, and you think they got a lot of money. No, no, no.
No, but
They
but
could
what
have
I'm
paid
saying,
eight. They could have paid almost $1 million for that house, but you're not rich. I mean, you
yeah,
probably,
yeah,
and rich up here is like maybe 5 million or something. So it probably didn't miss that.
yeah. Atlanta's like that.
But
You can have your mansion in Atlanta,
yep.
$1 million, $2 million.
hmm But for property that is super, like you don't even have to be super rich, like real type of rich. They got property. It's got trees around it. You won't be able to mistakenly get on the road, but even if you did, you wouldn't get to the house for about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Minimum.
yeah. But that's how it
It,
is.
it could take you 5 minutes to go up that road. It could be paved or not.
Yeah. But I'm saying this the point I'm trying to make on the West Coast, they don't care nothing about that shit. You're not like
No.
untouchable. No.
Right.
If
Right.
they're gonna get you, they're gonna find a way, even if they have to pay to get in there. And you know what's crazy? That shit happens all the time, bro.
Right.
People get bribed all the time, bro.
Mm.
I'm like, yo, how the fuck he got in that?
But it's kind of like up here, if you have to be in a gated community, it's kind of like you're weak. That's weird. That's
Well,
weird. If you're rich and you're in a gated community, you're weak. And you have to have property. You have to have your property like this. Now you can put security cameras in there around the trees and stuff like that. But if they make it to your house, there better be some trouble going on. Because by the time you get to the house, there's a whole bunch of tree line between your house and the trees. You know, in your yard, a whole bunch of yard between the tree line and you. By that point, a dog should meet them up, or your sensors should go off. And if your sensors are going off, that means you don't belong there.
I mean,
you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So by that time, the police are going to be called, and you might be on somebody's on news. You know, all shot up.
But check this out. It don't take that long for somebody to get in your house.
No. But to get to it out here, to get to those rich people's houses, you gotta. No. That's why I look at some of these houses. I'm like, I mean, you got a lot of land. All right, fine. There's a lot of land. You got a lot of. It's open and everything. That's why up here they don't have open land, or a lot of it. If they do, it's over somewhere else. You know, but you got a tree line around your property with a good distance. If the lights come on and it's in a certain direction, and if a camera's on it and I see you in it, you're a problem. And I'm calling the police. The police is probably automatically coming. I got a dog out there. And if you make it halfway, you're a bad mother.
That's why a lot of guys they catch you in the parking lot.
Or at the gate. At the gate.
Yeah.
That's where the trouble happens.
Yeah.
They can catch you at the gate. That's usually what the problem is. But here, that's what the problem is in those communities if you're African American.
Yeah.
You're literally going from one job to the other and riding through. They're going to stop you.
Yeah.
And it's only happened to me once.
That's how
once.
It is. And check this out. Places like, I thought when I first heard about Beverly Hills, I thought all of Beverly Hills were gated. No. Beverly Hills is wide open. Anybody can ride up in there. Do whatever.
Yeah.
Bel Air, all that shit is wide open, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, these type of places, your car better not break down. Those neighborhoods, you're gonna get towed automatic. It won't even matter.
Places like LA, there's certain places. This is why a lot of people get robbed when they go to LA, because certain places you should not be if you don't know anyone that lives with. That's why a lot of people get when they had that Super Bowl last year.
Yeah,
plenty of people got robbed. I just know. And the coming from the East Coast, man, we don't really understand the West Coast is very LA specifically is very them palm trees will fool you, bro, because you be in the neighborhood, man, look like a nice neighborhood to me. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is not a nice neighborhood. I can tell. See, on the ghettos in LA, it ain't necessarily dirty.
Right.
It's not. On the East Coast, down south, yeah, it don't take a genius to figure out if you're in the hood or not. You know,
Right. Right.
but in the West
I've,
Coast, no, man, it might be clean. You know, palm
mm,
trees, the house look nice.
I would
Like,
say that it used to be true up here in Baltimore, but as I said before, they've been moving people out. So, an area that everybody says, "Oh, there's a crime on Pennsylvania Avenue or Penn North in Baltimore." Well, they'll think it's a murder or something like that. And even if it was, they'll think that the whole neighborhood is like that. But it's like most of those properties are either gutted or being changed over. So you might have
yeah,
seen a crime happen up there.
yeah,
But Penn North, the station, is probably the last thing that's about to disappear up in that area.
yeah.
And I'm going to guarantee you, within the next 2 years, I don't know if you're going to see any black people up
Yeah,
there.
that's happening.
Gentrification.
Yeah, yeah, Uh, that's happening in every major city in America. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, you know. But in on that West Coast, boy, you got to be careful, boy. That's why if you go to LA, it's good to be with somebody that you know. It's not good to be wandering around like you lost.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's not the place. That's not the place for you to, And let me tell you, the reason why I know this because I made the mistake. Ah, but
Come here, buddy. You know you messed up. You're
I
in the
made a
wrong
mistake. But
place.
check this out. I was so green, man. And a lot of dudes be like, where
You
you from,
remind me of my
man?
nephew.
Where you from, man? I'm from South Carolina, man. I'm in the Navy. We came up here from San Diego. Oh man, come on, what y'all doing over here, man? That's how it
Look,
usually go.
looking out for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's looking out for you. You
yeah.
probably find out he was in the military too. Go over there. You don't
Yeah,
have
that
nothing
happened, that,
anyway.
happened, that happened one time. Yeah, that
Yeah,
happened.
you don't have nothing.
But for the most part, man, I get respect out in the streets. I get
Hmm,
respect out in the streets for the most part.
yeah,
I never had no problems or run-ins with nobody in the streets. Nah, not really,
no,
man.
no. All,
Nah.
all these so-called bad areas, they never
Yeah,
bothered me.
I never had no problem.
I don't know what they're talking about.
No.
No,
Even with the women, I never got robbed. I ain't never had none of that
no,
trouble.
no. Let me put it this way. There was one criminal act that happened in a place that was nice in that area. Out of all the weeds around that you would consider, the housing areas that you would consider bad, this one little itty bitty block, it looked well enough that, and people were cool enough that you didn't think any problem. This is near Penn North again,
Okay.
not more than a block, less than a block. People were all out in the streets, all happy and nice. I'm like, this is the nicest I've ever seen this place.
Yeah.
And somebody was walking with his daughter, with his girlfriend or wife and their children in the carriage and
Yeah.
everything, and
Yeah,
they were
boy.
going in one direction. All of a sudden, pat pat pat. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, everybody running different directions. The guy and the
Yeah.
wife running the
Yeah.
opposite direction.
Man, I've been in spots like that, bro. I've been in
Now,
nightclubs like that.
now, I knew it was a gun. Somebody could have thought that, but so it's not that I'm not scared or anything. It's not that it doesn't bother me. I just I'm like, I know where I'm going and I know
Yeah.
how to get out of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
plus, if you act like you're, it's one thing to run away from somebody.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're after anyway. If you run, somebody might shoot at you thinking you were part of it. Somebody runs out of there and then they looking for you and shoot you. So that's one thing that I don't do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep it walking, keep going. And I
Yeah.
walk fast anyway.
I went to a club one time, man.
Hmm.
The girl beside me got shot in the ass, bro.
I must have had a
Outside.
fat ass. Yeah, why?
I don't know. I think she was trying. They were trying to shoot the guy that she was with, and he can't shoot. I'm like, you bad shooter. Shot the girl in the head.
Nah. She got all that booty meat.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Woo! He was aiming for his leg, and then all of a sudden he saw that booty meat. The gun
Man,
went and
let me tell you, man,
bang! Woo! I'm sorry. Come here. Let me rub that foot.
I done been, I done been in at least 4 or 5 clubs where they started shooting inside. It's in my I've been from the age of 17 to 35. I've been in spots like that. Yeah, and especially on when we was in San Diego, when we used to go to Tijuana.
Yeah.
There's a club in Tijuana. I don't remember. I don't know the name of the shit. But it's still there still to this day. Because a lot of people in San Diego go to Tijuana. There's a club there. They go Friday and Saturday night.
Right.
And I used to experiment a lot with people, with a lot of women. I used to be like, hey, I told my man, I said, check this out, bro. I got these 3 chicks here. I'm about to ask them what they're doing after we get up out of here. We going to the house, right? So my man, like, oh man, we ain't going over there. Where? How about that? So I said, yo, I was talking to this girl for like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. We were dancing, whatever, on the floor. And there's a bunch of Bloods and Crips on the dance floor too. But I ain't in no gang. I don't know nothing about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with nobody.
Right.
So I was like, hey, what y'all doing after the club? He said, nothing. I said, hey, how far you live from here? She's like, 20 minutes. I said, hey, me and my boy, is it cool if we go back to your spot? She said, yeah. I said, oh shit. Now I was looking for her to say no.
Right.
Yeah. So we went back. We was in East Park in San Diego. That's a spot in
Right.
East Park. Good. And when we got there, I said, boy, maybe this wasn't such a good idea, bro. But it was cool. Well, no problem. I didn't have no problem that night. And we didn't have no problem the next day. We left and it was all good. And we got up with them probably like 2 weeks later. It was all good, you know what I'm saying? I never had no problems. I had one guy kind of looked at us a little weird outside across the
Yeah.
street, something like that. But I said, yo, why he looking at us like that? He said, oh, he just don't know who y'all is, that's all. He never seen y'all before. I said, all right, whatever. But I never had no problems, man. Yeah. Only time now I had a problem in Japan. A Russian dude had a run-in with a Russian dude. And most Russian guys, that's just how they are. Pretty much, man.
You mean a gang person, or
Huh?
you mean Russian gang or Russian what?
No, just one guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only type of interaction I ever had with any guy. But most Russian guys are kind of aggressive anyway. Yeah, most of them are. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we kind of, we kind of tagged them a couple of times. And, that was the end of that. We hit him with the Mayweather. So yeah, that was you
One,
know,
two,
yeah,
three.
he didn't want no more. Because I always had goons, man. I always had goons, man. I always had goons with me, dog. So I had people that had my back. So that's why I ain't really had a lot of problems like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I never had no problems, man. Thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I don't. How do I put this? I mean, I most of the places I'm intending to go, I'm going over there to chill. So I'm not going to be doing anything.
Yeah, but even still, then I've done the same thing. I might go to a woman's house and some dude is knocking on the door, and she opened the door and say, "Oh, I know who he is. Yeah, whatever." He come in to get whatever. Oh, how you doing, sir? You know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's now I've known some guys that came in, it goes down, bro. I've heard guys that had stories like that, where the guy came over because something
Man,
they
what
had,
country is this?
huh?
What country is this?
Ain't in America.
Oh, yeah, of course,
Yeah,
of
but
course.
I never had no problem with no other guy when they come over like that. But I know other guys that went over, stayed over the girl house, and some other guy knock on the door. She opens the door. He comes in. He's like, "Who you got? Some other dude in here?" And it's on.
Right, right.
You know, I never had nothing go down. He was respectable. I was respectable, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? It was just my turn, player. That's all. You know.
Take that one for the
You
team, player.
know? Everyone gets their turn, Playboy. You know what I'm saying?
Not me though. I ain't going down like that.
See, this is why, like, I was in my 20s then. See, I didn't know no better. But once I learned better, I'm like, yo, you shouldn't be going over no woman's house like that, and in those neighborhoods like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't used to ask where they lived at.
Mm,
I
right.
used to ask. I used to just go. You know. But once you learn better, hopefully you do better.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, you
hopefully.
know.
But
Now,
I'm
you know, now it's for me to even let somebody come to my house. It's to take months before I have to get to know you well enough for that. You have to work your
right,
way up to that.
right.
And I'm not gonna be so fast to go over to your house.
Nah, don't know what you up to.
Exactly.
But what was it? What did I do? Augusta.
Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah, I was at Fort Gordon. Oh yeah, that girl. Y'all got a lot of abandoned houses down
You stationed? You stationed there?
there. Yeah, I
Okay.
was training there. Y'all got a lot of abandoned houses down there. Women
In
get left.
Augusta?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know much about Augusta.
Uh, this girl took me from base. Never mind. But long story short, ah man, I did love the South. Y'all good down there. It's good people down
In
there. But
Georgia? Fuck no.
in Georgia, yeah, Augusta was nice. Those people are nice up
That's.
there.
I mean, I passed through there. That's all. I don't know much about it.
And Texas was nice too.
Where in Texas?
Houston and Austin.
Okay. Yeah, I never been. I heard
You
Austin.
gonna?
Yeah, I heard Austin nice. And Dallas.
Hmm. I don't know why they're so good with politeness though.
Huh?
I don't like me being polite down there is gold, whereas up here is trash. So I'm wondering what is that about?
Well, you different
I'm different.
from because you from up north.
What's the way they don't talk to you? Y'all like that?
Just like if I was to go up north, I'd be different. They'd say, "Oh, you from the south,"
Oh, of course,
so that's why.
of course.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. You just something new and different.
yeah, exactly. That's why.
Then wait a minute. I go to Philly
Oh, that's the
and
same
I'm all
thing.
good. Wait a minute. That's only what
That's about the same.
200
That's
200
like
miles.
that's the same region. Damn
minute.
near.
No. Go down to Texas. They're all cool.
Yeah.
Like the politeness, whatever. You
Yep.
go up to Philly, all good with the politeness and stuff like that. What what's going on?
I don't
But
know.
anywhere around that, you're gonna be trash.
What about New York?
Nah. Why are you saying? Why are you saying hi to me? What are you trying to
Exactly.
do? Are you trying to kill me?
New
What
York,
do you want?
New York, they be on some other shit up there, bro.
I mean, it's kind of understanding,
Yeah.
but
New York,
yeah.
man, anything can happen at any given time.
But half of these people aren't from New York.
I know. That's even worse.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
even worse. You know?
So it's just like, why accept people that you ain't gonna feel safe with? And why are you? It, it's kind of crazy for me. It's kind of crazy. I would have considered when I was younger to move up there, but I'm like,
Hell no. I never even thought about that shit.
it's not. Because I'm the type of person that can live anywhere. You can put me anywhere, it's cool. I'm good. Especially when
Now,
I was younger.
well,
Now,
well,
mm,
when I was younger, yeah.
yeah,
Now I don't have the patience.
no.
No, I'd be cursed. If
I
I live in New
mean,
York, if I'm in New York now, man, I'd
mhm.
be cursing people out every other day.
I don't. For me, it's not that. It's
Uh,
also the weather. It's the weather. And if I
yeah.
gotta, and if being kind to someone else when something's going down is too
You
much for
can't be
you,
kind up there.
right? You're right. But at the same time, you are in a situation where, for most of the year, stuff can go from bad to worse
Yeah.
in a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
You can't afford, and especially in this day and age, you can't afford to be playing that game because you never know when it's you. It's going to
Yeah.
be you. Like, what had happened? The guy broke into the school and stuff like that. That was good helping people out, but then also there was people, they died in the snow and all this other stuff. You couldn't let them in or help out or whatnot. I'm just like, you. I know every one of y'all got guns up there, so why are you worried about
Oh
somebody
hell
coming in
yeah.
there knocking? Especially in snow. No, I can't hear that. I can't hear that. And plus, it's too cold. I ain't dealing with
Yeah.
that. I ain't doing that. That's another reason why I got to leave here.
Yeah, it's cold up there.
It's too cold here. I'm gonna
Different.
tell you, it's too cold. It's too cold in Georgia,
You know what?
and I ain't going
It don't get
to Florida.
it don't get it get colder here in North Carolina than Georgia.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
but
we're near the mountains.
here's the thing: Georgia will get something, but they're
Yeah.
so not prepared for it. Like,
Oh no.
this guy had, so next to where our barracks was, there was a slight hill right next to it, and one of our drill sergeant's husband parked on the hill, on the side of the hill. It had just started snowing. His car started sliding down the hill,
Oh
and
damn.
I was like, "Yeah, it's either you or the roads, and your car is common, so that's the road." I was like, "Nothing. You didn't put nothing down on the road,
You
even
wouldn't
if not."
you wouldn't move to Florida?
What? They just
Yeah.
kicked out Disneyland.
They
They
kicked out
essentially
everything, man.
Disney World doesn't have self governance anymore. And I'm gonna
Oh
tell you
well,
right now.
who
I'm
cares?
I'm I'm gonna tell you right now. If I was them, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna tear.
Nah,
I'm gonna
man.
tear down. I'm gonna tear down everything. I'm bricking up everything. Put
Nah,
put
that's no
put
lie.
bricks. Put concrete underneath the ground, the stuff that I pulled up. Put concrete or bricks underneath. Put grass covering or whatever over that. And if they try to say you need to put something there, I'm gonna leave some swings on the property
That- That's in
and charge
Orlando.
people $5 to ride the swings.
No, that's in Orlando though. I'm talking like South Florida.
Nah.
Like Miami
Yeah,
can't do Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
nah. I already heard enough. I already heard enough problems.
From
Somebody
Miami?
told me. Somebody told me. One of my boys told me about growing up in Miami. You shouldn't grow up in Florida. That's what everybody was saying.
Okay. Why you say that?
It's no first. It's fun, but it's expensive. But for
Yeah.
children, he said, don't raise no kids in Florida. Just don't. You ain't helping them.
God.
You ain't helping them.
Oh shit.
People run away from Alabama. People, how do I say it about Florida? They might as well come out high. They could be cooking the most wonderful food, all the Jesus or whatever, but they're so positive, so loving, but something else is clicking. They see everything that could be a problem. They see trouble before you get to it.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm like, are you just looking at you just making stuff to be wrong, right? Right, right. Nope,
Yeah.
you were right.
I don't I don't know. I don't know if I could move. I don't know if I could. I think I could spend some time in Florida. But I don't know
Mm.
if I could permanently live there. I don't know if I could do that.
Even if I have had
And I
money,
don't and I don't know what location that would be anyway. I see
even if
I like going to Miami,
mhm, to visit.
but but I don't know if I like spending a lot of time there like that, you know.
Let's put it this way: if there's no tax, whatever, I got that 4 billion from what's his name? I won the lottery, $4 billion, no tax, whatever. I could only do it for maybe a month at the most. I couldn't do it any longer than that. It's beautiful. I think it's great, but I don't know. I don't think I could do that for more than a month.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Shoot,
it's a different place, man.
shoot. I watched the yacht. They got this show on YouTube where you see the yachts coming down the thing out there and whatnot,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful, especially at night. It's beautiful and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do this shit. I just couldn't. There's just too much. It seems like too much is going on that I can't
Oh yeah,
see.
there's a lot going on now. Oh yeah, for sure. And it's expensive. Oh yeah.
And then what is it? As you said with LA, but I didn't really think I could do
LA.
that either.
Now, oh boy, LA, in my opinion, LA is a dangerous city to live. It really
But
is.
other than trying to get into movies,
Only if. Now it's always an exception to the rule. If you're from LA, you live there a long time, you well known, that's different than
right,
moving to LA.
right.
That's the
I,
only exception.
I just don't understand the draw.
Uh,
I honestly don't.
It,
Unless you want to get into movies or something
people
like that.
say the weather, man.
There's nice weather.
That should be cold. That should be chilly over there, bro. I don't.
There's
That
nice
weather ain't all that to me.
there's nice weather in Houston. No, no. Mm-mm.
It used to be warmer
It's
than
some
LA, bro.
Houston, and I was out there in April. Not this year, but it was April years ago, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a steam box.
Yeah, but I'm saying LA, LA
There's no
be
breaks.
LA be chilly, bro. During the winter
Hmm,
time.
really?
Yeah, it'd be
Well,
chilly, bro.
I can't deal with that either.
Chilly. I'm like, God damn, it's cold. I said, man, well, I thought it's supposed to be warm over here. It'd be chilly, bro. The weather, I think it's overrated when it comes to the weather. Let me tell you what people like. The weather and the women. That's what they talk about the most. Weather and the
Yeah, I
women.
mean, they get women from everywhere coming there.
Yeah. And
That,
they
that's 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 the weird thing. You could probably pull a 10 there and be a 5
huh?
because there's too many of them. I heard that.
And the opportunities there, being that it's a cesspool, If you're a straight masculine guy,
Mm.
you'll be able to dominate. Yeah, you'll be able to make something happen. And being that
How's
it,
that?
because it's a lot of women, and it's a lot of everything else in between.
Yeah, too much in between and nothing on the
So,
outskirts.
so you stick out if you're a straight masculine man. Yeah, yeah. But the only thing is the cost of living is so expensive. It's ridiculous. That's the only thing that might be difficult for you in the beginning if you got to start from scratch. You know?
Yeah, I saw one place was like 30 million. It was just like,
Yeah, LA is ridiculous, bro. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, you might be paying 4 or 5 thousand a month. A damn Matchbox apartment,
that's like New
small.
York. New York
Yeah,
is
New
four or
York is
five
like that
too.
too. Yeah, New
That's
York is like
I
that.
don't know. See that type of stuff. I'm just like,
I'm talking
is it
like this
is it
shit.
that is it that good? Is it really worth all that? Or you just making this shit up?
Nah, well, people go there because they want to,
Be part of it.
yeah, they want to be an actor, actress, or get in the music business, or get in
But we
movies.
got internet and PCs and we got video teleconferencing
Well,
and we
that's
got
now.
cheap airline flights.
That's now.
Well,
But
they
back
still
in the
doing it.
day, back in the day, they didn't have the internet. Everything wasn't so wide open.
Yeah, but they're still doing it now. They're doing
Yeah,
the same
but you
thing.
have people. Well, you always gonna have some people that just want to be around the crowd.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's like some people move to Atlanta because land is cheaper, and if they have to go back and forth, they can do that.
Hmm.
But they'll live in Atlanta and still do independent movies or whatever they want to do. Or still do being little behind the scenes acts in movies or whatever.
Hmm.
You know, and if they have to fly back and forth, they'll do it. So just depends, man. Depends on what you want to do, you know. But there's always gonna be some people just like being around the crowd, you know. That don't make no sense to me. But oh well.
Dumb question. You know anybody who acts?
Acts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some people. I mean, in Atlanta, but it wasn't nobody like it wasn't no like nobody you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how do they do that? I
They
can't
have
see
a
me.
agency.
Yeah. No, no, no. I'm just like, I can't see myself playing a part
Oh,
in
you talking
something
about
like that.
just being a
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
it?
acting. Yeah.
Well, from what I was told by some people, they a lot of them come from theater.
Yeah.
And they did plays when they were growing up and stuff like that. That's how they got
Mm.
started on
I just
stage.
don't think I could do that. I don't think I could
I
do that.
come from I come from that world too. I
Mm.
did plays when
Mm.
I was in school and college. And I used to speak in front of people every like almost, I don't know, once a month at church.
Mm. Yeah.
So I come from that world too.
Yeah.
But that's not something I always wanted to do though. It wasn't like that.
Right.
That was just something that was normal for me.
I was good at presenting, like,
Yeah.
you know,
But I never wanted to go Hollywood though.
no,
I never
no.
no. I want to be an actor. No, I never really look at it like that. You know.
I think this is future discussing things and also, what do you call it? I'm just bringing the news of information about men and women relationships and everything. And I'm glad you got that book out there too. and your wonderful podcast that people have to go and listen to.
Love can't. Well, I started a new one.
Yes, he's got 2 podcasts. You need to go
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't do that. I could not do that.
Nah, I couldn't do the Hollywood thing. No.
Yeah, I tried. I tried to look at what if I could do that. Or what would I do if I could do that? And it just
You'd be an extra, like a lot of people I know.
yeah. So it's like, what would be the point in learning something like that for me?
Well,
Nothing.
a lot of people start off being extras until
Hmm.
you kind of work their way up, and then
Like
hopefully somebody give you a shot for like a secondary role.
mhm.
And then if you do well in the secondary role, then eventually you become the main person. If somebody's willing to put the money behind you.
I mean, I could do voiceover work, but I can't
Yeah, you can do that too.
because I can make a different voice out of it.
Yeah.
Everybody like
But
they'll look at
today,
me like, what the hell?
you have a lot of people that's independent,
Hmm.
and that's another outlet. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
There's more
right,
opportunities today than ever before.
right.
You know?
I need to go back and look at this VR stuff on YouTube because
Yeah.
I figured out a way to record VR that people will want to watch,
Yeah.
and I think they still haven't figured that out. And I'm like, how did you not do that? So it's weird. I decided to do that coming up. That's all. So I
I'm
got to
thinking
figure that
about.
out.
I'm thinking about. I mean, no time soon. I'm thinking about having a documentary.
That's a
No
good
time
idea.
soon. Yeah, it's
That's a
gonna
good
be
idea.
about. It's gonna be about marketing.
Hmm.
That's what it's gonna be about. Because that's what I'm naturally good at. I can talk
Right,
about that all day long.
right.
Yeah, that's what I used to talk about before I got into the traveling and dating
Hmm.
topics. You know, but
Quick question though. You have that circle light, right?
the
That they
what?
use the the light that everybody uses that they swear by, where it's like a circle or whatever
Oh
around the
yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Only thing I don't like about those lights get hot.
Ah, okay, okay.
I
Does
got
it
one.
mess with your
I got
camera?
one right here,
Does it mess
but
with
I
your
don't.
camera?
Huh?
Does it mess with your camera?
No, no. It's fine. It
So
works.
it's
It just gets
what is it,
hot.
like a halogen or something like that?
Shit, I don't even know, man.
Hmm.
I don't even know. But they're good lights. But
Hmm.
sometimes it can be too bright. Sometimes you know.
Hmm.
Sometimes you're better off just using a lamp. You know, because sometimes um I need something to cover it because you only have two settings. It's a light and a dim settings. So sometimes you need to put something over it just to dim it a little bit more.
Right.
Otherwise, I'll look white. I'll be looking shiny and shit. you know, but they're good lights, man. So and it's cheap. It's only like what, $20, probably less than
Hmm.
that. You know,
Which reminds me, you know anybody who see this is the stuff I got to work with somebody on this. There's a whole bunch of engineering stuff to it, so I got to figure it out. But I was watching a video one time and I figured out what the problem was and I started figuring out how to solve it from there. I was like, you do know you're making this mistake, right? Looking at all these videos and I'm like, that's a pure 100% mistake. And you're not understanding the problem that you're making.
we're
You
talking
don't
about
understand
doing what, the filming or the editing or what?
filming for these VR videos that people are doing. And it doesn't make sense. One video I saw did it right, but I need to understand how they did that special effect. But
Oh,
it's still a problem. It's still a problem.
boy. Well, in the beginning, man,
Things are always going to be that way.
it's a lot of people don't know everything in the beginning, and even me. let's say when it comes to editing videos, bro, I learn something new every week.
Mm.
And I've been editing videos, what, 2 years now?
Right.
I learn something new every. I learn a new technique, new trick, new. Oh, I can add this like that. Oh, I didn't know I could do it like that. It's always a new idea. Or a new way to put in the audio, for the podcast, or a new way to add the sound effect. You know,
Right. Right.
so a lot of that stuff is kind of trial and error, and you test it out this way, test it out that way. But almost nobody knows
100%.
in the beginning. Everybody's just basically you do the best you can in the beginning, and the more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah. Because
That's usually how
I've
that
been
goes.
I've been slowly watching photography stuff and a few effects things, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, how do you not know what's wrong or what you're doing wrong?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then there's certain things, concepts that I'm like,
Photography, well, that's a little different because you
well,
have.
I mean, videography, stuff, doing videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
But they
unless
still make a they still make a mistake that I don't think they understand. They have problems or think they have problems that aren't problems, and they have problems that they don't realize
yeah,
that is a real problem. They think they're all right on one end, and I'm like, no, no, stop doing that. No, the other end of it, you're like, keep doing that. You don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it is right. You know, you just keep running with it. Nope,
the
nope.
Wayne boy said being nice is definitely something that is taken advantage of. Usually, if a girl thinks you're capable of violence, they respect your way more. That their tone, voice, and approach is different. Yeah, that happens sometimes,
Hmm.
Dwayne. That definitely happens. If a girl think you're gonna chop her head off, she gonna think twice about her approaching you. that
Well, well,
definitely.
when I was in captivity over my ex's house for what 12 weeks, 11 and a half weeks, my ex-wife's house, it was just like I, I I wasn't goofy or anything. I was a little bit, but if there was something wrong or something that needed to be done, I wasn't intimating that something needed to be done or how it needed to be done. Like it needs to be done like this, and if it isn't, that's on you because I can't. You're not going to say I'm responsible for it after the fact that I didn't do anything right or you didn't do anything right. I said I'd do it this way. You're going to do it that way. That's all on you. And then I hit it with the when have I not been right?
Yeah,
if I say to, if I say to do it this way, just do it.
if you
Just
got a
do it.
pretty good track record, oh well, it's all good.
Yeah.
Since the lock and I've been trying to work on this book I've been writing. I haven't even really talked to any girls. I'm too scared to fail. I'm 25 and I feel like I'm 50-year-old loser. You're a young man, bro. You're a young man. You know,
But I understand.
I was
But
definitely goofy, but specifically the thing just like you, I'm the same way. Yeah, I mean, you're 25, bro. I wouldn't even be trying to get serious with no woman. I would focus on your
you
craft. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and don't care.
You're too young, bro. You're too
Don't
young to be
care.
trying to get serious with any.
Don't don't listen to the TV. Don't
Yeah,
listen to the music. Don't listen to anything. Oh, you need to be nice and sweet. Look, I'm nice and sweet. No, don't do that.
and if,
Absolutely unequivocally,
yeah,
don't do that.
and
You're
if a
messing
woman
yourself up.
and if a woman doesn't want to talk to you or rejects you,
Screw her.
that
Forget it.
don't really that don't really have anything to do with you most of the time.
Nope.
You take it serious. You gotta take it serious.
Nope.
Nah, you don't know. Maybe she got a bad phone call. Maybe she had a long
Mhm.
day. Maybe she hated her job. And who knows, man?
or you came at it the wrong way.
Yeah, but you
But
don't
that
know.
was then. What about the next 5 minutes or
Yeah,
next
but you
week?
don't know her from a can of paint. She
Right.
don't know you from a can of paint, and y'all never gonna see each other again.
And the
And
best
that's
thing you can do is
yeah.
walk away.
You know
No
what I'm
matter
saying?
what, the best
I
thing you
wouldn't
can.
even.
If she says no, if she says no, the best thing you can do immediately. This is from the nice guy. The best thing
Yeah,
you can do immediately afterwards is walk away. Be like, okay, well, thank you,
yeah.
and
And
walk.
everybody's
And I
not
don't mean
there.
I don't mean that in a revenge stance.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you like her and want to talk to her later, you're not trying to be mean. Walk away.
Everybody's not for everybody.
No, no.
You know what I'm saying? That not really that serious to me. I'm like, I mean, I didn't really understand the rejection thing until I came online. I'm like, what the fuck going on with this rejection thing, man? I don't know, man. I never cared about rejection.
Mm, mm.
That shit didn't really bother me. I'm like, shit, you don't like me? Fuck you. I'm not, look, I don't like most people anyway. I
Mm.
don't. You know,
It's
I'm
just
surprised when I do like somebody.
here's the problem, and this is what is really the issue that all these shows and movies put in. The guys just got to drop. These nice guys got to drop. Don't get don't get to know her, because getting to know her before you do anything is a waste of time. You'll fall in love with her, and she won't fall in love with you. No investments. You don't need to do that. You can get to know her if she's interested. You ask her,
Yeah.
and if she's not interested in getting with a relationship with you, then in your mind you don't have to get attached
Yeah.
at all. And if she still wants to talk to you after that, then that means she's interested in talking to you, not into a relationship. So she can be a healthy friend, not you and being a simp in her shadows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Plus, man, all that talking don't really mean shit. Nothing.
No.
Look, nothing happens until you smash. That's when. That's when the relationship. That's when you're gonna really find out who she is. That's you can take a woman to dinner and all the bullshit if you want. Don't fool yourself. Nothing happens until y'all smash. That's when you're gonna find out who she is. That's when she gonna be calling you, spending time with you, or maybe she say, "Hey, I don't like this dude. This shit was whack." That's cool too. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm a reject something you said before or whatnot. I think you said it was a bad thing,
But
to do, but I'm gonna reject that. I'm gonna go all out. Ask this girl on a coffee date. if she
I
if she
don't.
says if she said wait a minute,
I
if
don't drink
she
coffee.
says no, if she says no, don't deal with her. If she says yes, take her to on a regular date, because she's already demonstrated that she's willing to be around you no matter what.
Yeah, I
She's
mean,
investing her time.
I don't. I don't drink coffee, so I don't ask for coffee dates. I use
Well,
what I
go
do
out
is
for liquor.
I go for like a drink. That's what I use, and I don't even really drink. But I'll drink a
Hmm.
beer. You know, that's it. That's what I usually do. But I never drunk coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker.
I was only recently, but you know what? I would take them out for a drink,
Yeah,
and then I drink the fruitiest thing you can find.
yeah, that's cool. But I don't want to go to dinner with a and end up with some chick I don't like. That's horrible.
Mm.
Oh man, I
That's
see.
a waste of money.
I've seen that with my own eyes a couple of times. I said, "Oh man, that shit. Look at them."
Yeah, so it's like, what's the point? Well,
Well,
and the only reason you're okay with it is
but
is
that's the
that you're
thing
not
he
spending the
made.
money. There's
But that's
there's
the
no
thing he made.
investment. There's no the price of what you have to give for that date is nothing. You just have to show up.
I don't even care about the price at that
Hmm.
point. Just
Right,
being there with somebody that I ain't feeling. I don't want
right,
to be here.
right.
I don't even want to eat I want to take my food to go now.
Mm. I
I
mean,
don't even care about the money now.
I, I understand that, the whole. not having them approach things, fine, fine. But there has to be a point where there has to be a mutual understanding that you're cool with each other. And I don't know necessarily what that line is every time. I know where it is most of the time.
Well, the
And I
line.
can point it out for other people, but I can't point it out for myself half the time. But, I have hard lines now. I just say,
Well, the line
bump it.
is for me is she open to listening to what I have to say?
Hmm.
Is she open to following what I have to say and where I want to go? If she try to
Right.
direct me to go someplace else, well, hell no, I don't want to go there. No,
Nope.
yeah. Or if she says something like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that." Oh, never mind. You
Is
know,
Avatar still in the theaters?
I don't know. I haven't been in the movies in a long time.
Me
So the most
neither.
I do now is give a girl my number.
That's
If she
that's
doesn't,
one of the things.
yeah, and on to the next. Yeah, that's cool, Dwayne. I do the same thing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because if she doesn't call, either she ain't interested or she got somebody.
Yeah.
And the first
I don't
time
even.
I ever really tried to get to know a girl, I went to her house for her birthday. Her and her family were really weird, and she was really aggressive in her tone and manners with me. Well, you probably shouldn't have went over there so quick, bro.
Yeah, you should have.
God
Hey, no,
damn,
that's dropping investment right there. He didn't
you
spend no more money.
went over there fast, boy.
That's her
God
fault.
damn.
That's her fault.
Everyone see it.
Did you hit?
Doesn't sound like it.
You
Yeah,
got some right before you left.
crazy family. A lot of people have crazy family. Have
Yeah.
crazy family members, man. I done ran into some crazy family members. I ran into that. And I'm always just be cool. Because
Mm.
that's how I was raised. If
Nah,
I
I'm the
if
craziest family
if
member.
if
Everybody
I
else is.
have if I feel like they're being too disrespectful, I'll just leave.
Mm. Yeah.
That's what I usually do. But I'm not gonna act a fool at nobody's house. I'm
Mm.
out here, bro. I'm out
Well,
here.
I've got something to do. I gotta take care of a hemorrhoid or
Yeah.
something.
What do you say? He say,
I gotta take care of a hemorrhoid or something.
no,
Yeah.
he didn't hit. Yeah, I know you didn't hit. I knew that. But all right, bro, I'm about to get off this joint. It's been 2 hours, bro. Over 2 hours.
Yeah. I was about to get you some more money in there. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Hold it
Bye.
down, man. There you have it. Like, share this episode. Don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast. And check out the Patreon as well. If you go check out the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? If you like this episode, I didn't bug out too much. I didn't want her to have a reason to call the police. All right, peace out, man. Check out the Patreon. Check out the podcast, Love Can't Wait podcast. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the stallion that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley.